Mr. Skinny TV, salute. Thaddeus, what it do?
Watch your thoughts. They become your words. Watch your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions. They become your habits. Watch your habits. They become your character. Watch your character. It becomes your destiny. What's up? What's up? Kobe Knowles. What's up? Hey, Goddess Navi, how you doing? Queenity. I'm gonna be talking about KB for the first time in this sector. I've been around this sector for a while, and I never decided to talk about him. Just laugh. Uh, yeah, Trey Spectors. This ain't gonna be long though. I just gonna react to the video. Only 20 minutes, so I gotta go back to being a chat nigga in a little minute. But I gotta say some stuff because that been ridiculous. Let's see. I got some thoughts on that. Um, Let me get this video ready. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, goddess. Starting off from the get go, it already charges. It already charges now when you got an invitation. We're talking about YouTube, right? We're talking about it as a business. And Kaylin was up, and you got grown ass man talking about he gonna come on your channel and talk to you, and don't give a real reason. That already weird to me. The first thing you should want to do is try to find a benefit, right? That'll benefit both parties. But you're gonna see what he actually came to do. I don't know about y'all, but I would have been trying to find the business side of it also, how we can benefit. But that's me, and that's gonna be my thoughts. Okay, I should have been had this video downloaded.
Based off my own name Introducing Life Talk with Ray. Oh, there you go. Well, you subscribe then.
And I want to say this too. You probably know or don't know, but you gotta say it could grow with a blue name inside this chat. So you gotta kind of respect. You already know how the real Geechees get down. We already know the heart of the Geechee world is Charleston, and the heart of Charleston is the East Side. So that's what it says now. So put some respect on that. We ain't gotta get too far into that, but just know that. Don't come with that shit.
Hold up, y'all. Kwame Brown Bus Life in the house. Kwame Brown Bus Life, quiet as a mouse. Of course, it's on subscribers mode only. Now you have to subscribe.
You see already some games. Why you worrying about that? That's to be irrelevant.
So before we even get started, be honest. The reason why you said you wanted to have this conversation is because you trolling Mr. Skinny.
Okay, first off, we can stop right there. Now, of a man doing something, he should have a reason. He shouldn't just be doing things for no reason and switching up at certain points when you're setting up meetings or shit like that, right? So she pressed him about what his reason is. We need to start with that. And that gonna turn into a conversation. The reason why he even there, which is petty as fuck to me.
Who is that?
Oh, who is that? Okay.
I just want you to have your own situation.
Take note now. He dismissed it. That's how we dismiss it down here. We'll say who? That means we ain't want to talk about that.
Out your
That
connection
person.
to him, because I'm an advocate for these connections is what's bringing people
And proceed to talk about him. So that don't make no sense off top.
down and allowing people to stand on other people's shoulders. Yes, you're affiliated with him, but you were your own thing before him, correct?
That right there already don't make sense because he claiming to know her business. And he can't possibly know that. He can't possibly know about no affiliation. You don't see no handshakes and not like that. He just seeing what he's seeing from her perspective, and he taking that as reality. From his perspective, not her. He's seeing it from his perspective. So the stuff he don't see, he ain't taking that into account.
My own thing. I mean, I'm a content creator.
Right. You were your own channel, you were your own person, your own.
And he's saying were as if he associating.
Content creator before him, correct?
Kwame Brown, we're not doing this, but yes, you're correct.
That's why I'm not doing anything. I'm just asking you a question. I'm gonna have a good faith conversation, and I just don't want you to get convoluted and just being skinny number two and all this other stuff.
The first, right, all those words of the snarl, if I've been using my words right there, I'd have been getting to the point of the matter of why I there. At this point, I'd have been explaining that why I'm here. And me personally, I'd have been able to try to set up an interview or something in the future, or try to show that the stuff that we're gonna hear in this video about black women and upliftment and all that, instead of talking about it, show it in action.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I do believe that question was warranted, because look how you approached the situation and look where you approached the situation. Kwame Brown, I'm pretty sure you're.
That question was warranted because he ain't set up a real reason from the jump. Right? Because Life Talk with Rainy, go subscribe. to Life Talk with Rainy and Rainy's hottest topics. Um, they content creators. So if that's just me, if a situation like that happens, shit, I want to know what you want, and it better be about some money, have some business. So he ain't get that straight from the jump. He just say, "I'm gonna come talk to you on your panel."
Well aware that I have YouTube channels, and you pulled up in Mr. Skinny's chat, and you pulled up on Mr. Skinny's channel and asked for this conversation. So of course, I'm thinking you would agree that that question would make sense, considering the fact that you pretty much went through Mr. Skinny's platform to get this conversation, where you could have pulled up on me anytime.
Right.
Not to me, because the disrespect that you shot towards my way, most of it was done on Mr. Skinny's channel. And although you have your own channel, you reached a larger audience when you started talking about me on his channel, and that's why they brought you over there. So like I said, you can believe it or not, I'm here to have a good faith conversation with you, because I believe I didn't do anything.
Good faith conversation means nothing to me. Explain to me why you here in layman's terms. Saying good faith conversation can mean anything. And we're gonna play Monopoly or something. What we doing?
To you, whatever the reason is that you thought I said this and you thought somebody said this on my behalf, we can have the conversation around that. But as far as Kwame saying something to Rainy, that's the part that I want to get out, because I believe if we stick to that, you really don't really have anything to say what I said or did to you, me personally.
Well,
and that's the type of things that we do when we trying to prove something to somebody, and he going all the way back and try to prove that he ain't been wrong, and the situation happened months ago. We're gonna hear it.
I appreciate that, you giving your perspective and how you feel. But just the other day, because
being a victim.
I mean, I don't know if I don't want you to have a case of amnesia. Just the other day, you had a great time going over my conversation with Tony Sotomayor, and you had quite a bit of jokes to tell on your platform.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious that he allowed this man to disrespect you on his panel, and he said he protect black women, but this is the same.
He assumed that she was disrespected. He assuming that based off what he see as disrespect, because it's a personal thing. If somebody can be respect mutually between two people, that's between those two. Somebody from the sideline might see something different and perceive it as disrespect.
Same man that disrespected Skinny's wife. This is the same man that when he goes out in public, he get punched out by a woman. And then the first joke that he made when he got on the titties was the channel was how long your titties were. And Skinny didn't correct him. Nobody said nothing. Everything was a joke. But I believe.
But let's talk about what you said about me.
If I was to come over there and say that, you would go crazy. So come on, let's keep it a buck.
Well, you can't predict on what I would do, because right now
we definitely can't predict the future or a situation that might happen differently.
Have I said anything to you on that level of disrespect about how long one of your body parts are?
Me and you have never had that conversation.
But I'm just saying, as far as
he did, because he holding on to that. He still got that in his mind. He holding on to that joke from Tommy Sotomayor or whatever to bring it up.
As far as a disrespectful thing,
to bring it up to try to compare himself as basically covered another man's life, because shit. Say if I would have did, if that were me, you would have treat me differently. Nigga, you ain't that person. Other person who everybody will get treated differently from each other because they're individuals.
I made jokes about him saying that to you, but as far as me, have I said something on the level as disrespectful as that talking about your body
Well,
parts.
you never had an opportunity to, but I know
So I'm
you
gonna I'm gonna take that as no then.
So when you talk
what that matter? I don't want to know what that matter in this conversation.
about the Tommy Sotomayor, you said, "Oh, well, Rainey ain't as tough as she thinks she is," and you know,
right? Because
he want her to say he's a better man than other men, or a good man. He got that type of care.
personal belief is that women like yourself and other women,
for her opinion, that's great. Keep doing what you're doing, Rainey.
When they find out that a man won't go a certain way with them, they'll use that man as bait to show their aggression and be a bully. But when they find out a man that'll go wherever they go, and there's nobody above them to correct them, because what you guys have over me is this fake sense of that I'm a celebrity. But and that's why y'all wait. Let me just finish.
But no, because
you don't want me to land my plane. I promise I won't interrupt. What I'm saying is, you women, some of you women feel like you can disrespect.
Talk about me. Okay, I want you to talk about me.
Rainey feels like she can disrespect certain caliber.
Who have you seen me disrespect?
Hold on, just let me finish the point. And
you see, it's disrespect based off what he see as disrespect. So it can be anything. It can be something that is personal to him.
I'm talking about me, you and me. I won't go a certain way that other men will go. So I think it gives you a certain sense of
exactly. He's an individual, sir.
You know, you don't put your dick up like Kevin Samuels would say. You'll get tough with me, but then men that'll put you in your.
He think and he see the world through stereotypes and boxes. Like, you know, there's millions and countless of these things that people believe because of something they've seen on TV and what they've, you know. We think about all kind of shit. We think that shit, but you know, at the end of the day, you don't know nobody until you meet them. That's this phrase that don't judge a book by its cover, right? He don't give a fuck about none of that. He already know you. He see you on an avatar, nigga. He know you after 5 minutes.
Place and call you a bitch, hoe, slut. You subservient to those type of men. You'll sit there and be quiet. You'll be second fiddle. He'll call you number two. You can never be number one over there. I'll never treat you like that.
Oh yeah, I forget. Life Talk with Rennie is the Secretary of State of the channel. I forget about that. She got another title, Secretary of State. But of course he can't be number one. How the fuck? You only could be number one on Kwame Brown Bus Life. Nobody else could be number one over there, sir.
What do you mean? But so let's backtrack. Because you said when men put you in your place.
Yeah, because that's what they say. It's a lot of men that use that rhetoric. And you're talking to a man that said he wanted to be the new Tommy Sotomayor.
We're not talking about
whoa. It's on video that because I'm explaining why I said what I just said. And why I said that was you are following a man that is following a dude.
I'm not following anyone.
Well, you're affiliated. You're
Tommy Sotomayor, another content creator. I don't agree with a lot of his takes, so I don't watch his show. I never did watch him because he's too general, and I don't like his content because of that. But I don't got no hatred for him. I don't think he's a bad guy. Like I said, that the man is like how he thinking about it as a real life. He taking this as a real life. You don't know him. All you know is from where you see his content is on TV. So on YouTube. So either you're gonna like the content or you can not subscribe. That's what he call it, subscribe. If you don't subscribe to his takes, that's all. And you don't gotta have no
associated.
People be taking this for reality and not reality at the same time. A mixture. Strange mix. Everything he said was irrelevant info. That's why he's saying I ain't trying to figure out from the jump. He should have get to the point of the matter. And the only thing I could think of on YouTube is to set up an interview to talk about, like, you know, let's promote it. Keyword research. Let's get a lot of fucking views from the shit, and let's make some money. God damn it. You too old for this shit. But anyway, if two content creators linking up, that's what I would think. I don't put no thoughts and words in either party's mouth, but
put women in their place, so to speak.
so basically try to connect her to that and say that she basically try to chastise her.
So coming back to me and you said that I wasn't as tough as
Right, because no matter what he think from his perspective, he don't fucking know her like that unless he get to know her. Can't say that she got the same thoughts as Tommy Sotomayor or even Mr. Skinny or me or anybody else. She got rainy thoughts. And you only know that until you my bad. Until you get to know a person. Whatever you see from the sidelines, that's just a perspective. And you could be wrong.
I portray to be, because from your assumption, if I'm talking to a man that I feel will put me in my place, I won't have an assertive demeanor, but someone like
Correct.
you, because you come across as being more protective of women, I take advantage of that.
No, it's not about being more protective of women. It's
Bingo. That pretty much sums it up.
because I'm not going to go a certain way. I know how to come back at a woman without calling her a bitch, whore, or a slut. You know that.
And you feel she take advantage of that. You feel weak in that sense because that's a victim. You feel like you just because you can not do it, you can not call her a bitch. She should want to like you over the people who would do it. When nigga, that's just a fucking word that at the end of the day, people will have arguments and still fucking get married. Shit like that happen in real life. In the real world, when you really dealing with two people dealing with each other and getting to know each other. But again, you watching shit from YouTube trying to equate people, real people behind the avatar. You try to act like you know them behind shit you seeing on YouTube.
Certain things that I'm not going to say because I'm not going to disrespect myself.
So have I ever disrespected you?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
And to be worrying about those things a lot, that's just showing that you want to be like that. You want to do it, but the critic says you don't know how to. But that's sad because you want to do this shit. Nigga, do it. Be yourself.
You put out narratives about me. As soon as we had one disagreement where I didn't call you out,
we already know that the shit is for content. Most of the people on here who talk tough, they doing that shit for content, shock value, and all that. We know that. He want to do the shit and sneak.
Name, I didn't disrespect you, and this is where it gets dangerous for a man. And I don't know if you have a son or nephews or brothers that you love, but what you did is perpetuate things that men fight against.
What did I say?
I'm trying to explain it. You
being too general, because every situation different. Motherfucking he always two sides of stories, and ain't nobody call her a bitch yet. Why? Because she respects that person. That person ain't have to disrespect them. So his logic flawed. Is every situation different. He try to make him look like she among monsters and shit.
You took down every video that had anything positive about Kwame Brown. And hold on, I'm just correct me when I say something wrong.
I'm correcting you now.
Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Because what I said was I was going to do it. Kwame Brown, I never did it.
Nah, you know someone gonna clip that. And
Well, okay, you never did it. So let me correct that. She didn't take down every video. She said it. But then there was many of videos after that that was negative talk towards me and my brand just over a disagreement. I can disagree with you without taking away.
stole content. That's what he gotta realize that. Like right now, I use AI. I use the AI bot to generate this title. The AI bot know that I can get a lot of views with this keyword, and they know your name, and they give me a description. They already know all this shit. The algorithm. But you gotta accept that on YouTube, especially in the status of ex NBA #1 draft pick. Um, LeBron James got hit channels all over YouTube, but you gotta learn how to shit move around. You gotta move around that shit, alternative positive.
From who you are as a person. Is that where we are as a community? That if you disagree with a woman, then a black man needs to be raked over the coals? That now he's against, hold on, now he's against all women. Now he's against his mama. Now he ain't shit. He a bitch ass nigga, all because he don't agree with you. Because if that's the case, that's not showing strength. That's showing very weakness. And
She ain't calling you no bitch ass nigga. I've been there. He been roasting you, but he ain't been on something. See, he mixing again, strange mix. He mixing virtual and reality, and um, I can tell when somebody give a fuck really. Like, ain't nobody really give a fuck about calling you a bitch ass. They just trying to get you to fucking react. He think they really calling him that shit. Oh, you can call me a bitch ass, and then you'll cry. That's why we were talking about this earlier. It's the sensitive sector. We want to really define it. Sensitivity right high.
narcissistic behavior.
Draco, what it do? Sensitivity right high, and it Draco. Cause I swear we be laughing all day. I don't know what the fuck they crying about.
But did I ever have a conversation? So
This is fucking must watch TV. That's why we watch it.
what we not gonna do, Kwame? Let's not do this, okay? Because I understand you have a script. It sounds like you have a script that you go off of. Because when I hear you,
I'm sorry you feel that way, because I'm really here to have a good faith conversation.
Okay, well, let's have a good faith conversation.
You notice what you didn't do? You did not say yet. And we've been online this whole time.
Sub up to her. Rainy hottest topics. Rainy hottest topics. Rainy, what's up?
You haven't said what Kwame Brown said or did to you. And ma'am, with all due respect, everybody saw everything we've done on video. Have I made jokes? Have I said a few things? I'll take that on the chin. But have I gone dark?
What the best thing he could have really did is tell her what his problem was from that day. Like what he didn't like that she did. Just explain, say that, and then I'll give her something to work with. But he being around the bush like a motherfucker.
I disrespected you in a way that we can't recover from? No. Have you disrespected me and challenged me as a man, ma'am?
Right. He said that they ain't a thing that we can't recover from, but he ain't saying what that thing exactly is.
You challenge a man. You think because someone disagree with you, you can challenge them directly as a man in their manhood? Like that's
he ain't even have to say as a man. He needs to get out there and change that to person first, so he can get his mind right, because he thinking about too much shit when he say as a man. He thinking about all kind of shit he not hear from other people, instead of formulating for himself how the fuck, like, manners is a thing that people used to always say a long time or whatever. Yeah, you got good manners, and that's the first thing you gotta go back to learning. I swear.
Obviously, I haven't said anything. Obviously, I haven't said anything that isn't worth coming.
That is right. He don't even say man right. He's saying like she's a cop bothering him. Ma'am.
back from, or else you wouldn't be over here. So when you was over there,
I'm just using it as a teachable moment. I would never call a woman a bitch ass hoe, a piece of shit ass bitch.
I think what it is and boiled down to is he want her to validate that he's better than other men, which basically is skinny Tommy and all them people. He want her to validate that some kind of way. Crazy.
Just because she don't agree with what my stance is, that would make me a weak individual. I would never.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
Say I like Rainey 1 minute, and because she disagreed with me on something, now I got diss videos of Rainey. That's why you don't see that.
And he bought her about anybody who talks shit about him. Like he could probably might be bought her about me by doing it. But basically, he don't really get it. It's like that's in YouTube world, that's a good thing, especially if they do it right. The more views they get, that's a good thing for you, technically. But he mixing real life and YouTube world, so he taking shit very personal. So it caused him to be sensitive on every little thing.
Coming from me. Because one thing I am first is I'm a respectful human being. I'm going to treat you like I want to be treated. We don't have to agree on everything, but I don't have to start making diss videos, and I don't have to slander or disagree with your whole being just because we don't agree on one topic.
I don't even know what that means. Where he get that from? Because I watch almost all her videos, and I don't get that. I don't get that from what she even saying about you. Even women laughing at you, roasting you. I don't think you're that deep.
All this talking has me thirsty. Let's take a quick commercial break.
Shit. I sing that song in my head when I read that.
Energy, stamina, and power.
I drop the link for anybody want to come up and talk.
Need I say more? Are you convinced?
Because I don't talk, I type.
Go to www.susosuwater.com and enter the promo code RAINYTEEN. Save yourself 15%. You'll be glad you did.
And where it's getting tricky for men now is that when we disagree with a beautiful woman like you now turn your whole focus on destroying a man just because
Kwame,
that's why I say he need that validation from her. Because just definitely from a beautiful woman, you want a validation in the public. That's that. Again, you got a stroke ego for me type attitude on YouTube.
Brown, what? Look, I'm gonna have to stop you because
okay, go ahead.
What I
by YouTube celebrityism. That's my word. I made it up. YouTube celebrityism is a real thing. You know, you gotta embrace that, especially if you're a content creator and grow.
I can't allow for you to sit here and make it seem like I've had this vendetta to destroy your whole brand and that you haven't talked.
Kobe knows, you already know the first one is the truth.
Just as much shit about people as I've talked about people. Now I understand that you feel right. So I understand
about you though. I might have talked some stuff about people, but we're talking specifically about me.
Well, let's go back.
And the crazy thing about this, he going and did all the shit that he tried to chastise her for now about Tommy Sotomayor and all them guys. He going and did the same shit right after this. Like, damn. Also, that means this whole fucking conversation is a wash. He not going to lie to himself, his own conscience, because none of this is real. If you were that quick to go and express the behavior and action, because that's what we're talking about in that situation. We're talking about deeds. You going and did all this shit, call her all his damn names, the same name Tommy called her, and all this shit. Same joke. He gonna use the joke, try to out of spite, but at the end of the day, that's you doing that. That's your conscience. You the only one who making that action and that deed. So
notice how you switch the wordplay when you're trying to make a point. You said you haven't talked that much shit about people. Well, that could be very warranted with the people that I'm talking shit about. But with you, ma'am, I
again warranted based off who opinion. You the judge and the jury now.
haven't done anything to you.
So when this come to you, that's why I said let's go back to the beginning. My very initial concern when I came on your panel, because I know that you're speaking about my videos that I've made about you, the shit that I've said.
She be guiding them. Like, really, don't give them the answer to the test. She be guiding them to what they trying to formulate, but they can't even get out. They beat around the bush with the shit, and she'll guide them and be like, "Yeah, like don't give them the answer." I won't laugh.
Said about you, I understand what your stance on that. So going back from the beginning, last year when I hit your panel, there were so many witnesses that.
And earlier, that's why I say that's the first thing he should have said. All them words, he should have. That's the first thing he should have did. Going back to that day and get to the point of that matter, so we can go ahead and make these apologies or whatever this meeting that he set up in full. Because shit, grown ass niggas saying up meetings, nigga, that shit better be about some chicks.
That saw that when I approached that situation, right, I was respectful.
Like shit,
I came to you having a conversation. And at the end of the day, I was disrespected because you didn't want to hear what I had to say about Regina. Now, when I came to you, the reason why I came to you and I was up.
He didn't even catch that. She did what he always liked to do, but he didn't even catch it. Like, you know, put the words in his mouth, all the thoughts in his mind. Like that's the reason why I come up there and you ain't like this. Even though I ain't get really settled because he had beat around the bush. They ain't about the reason why he mad. So she get that off on
is because you called me out and why you not making diss videos against Mr. Skinny? And I thought to myself, why would you want to put me in that arena to ask, why am I not making diss videos against Mr. Skinny, going at a man to potentially be disrespected in the way that you felt he was doing Regina? So I don't understand how.
Like, that use of words where he felt, you know. That's how all these situations is. He making it like these the most evilest, vilest guys in the world. But again, at the end of the day, that's how he feel personally. He want everybody else to have the same personal feelings he got.
You go back and forth.
Everybody and everything.
1 minute you want women to be feminine and understanding and to just talk and, you know, not.
That is, yeah, back then, that conversation, it just felt like this one, even weird because of the shit like that. Like everybody and they goddamn mama. That's why I say ain't nobody gonna push on my head tell me it's rain. Because I'm gonna be in the chat telling you hold up. And then you either gonna get mad and block me or let me rock. But yeah, that shit was stupid back then. Like everybody in the world already had no sheep and connected to this nigga.
Speak over you, and then the next minute you want to put them in a position where they should fight like a man. So like you have to be consistent as well if you expect somebody else to be consistent. Now, even though I didn't curse you, even though you didn't curse me out and you didn't say insulting, derogatory things towards me, but I felt that
I want to say this too, because I see this a lot, and he do this a lot. Kwame Brown, ex-NBA draft player, NBA YouTube, Bust Life, Kwame Brown, Bust Life. He take things like the word bitch. You call women bitches. That's ambiguous because it's just a word. You cannot use that word and be more disrespectful to somebody. You can do other things, say other things. They don't just take like that's let me go ahead and put that back on the screen because that's what I want to say. As fuck. Ain't no way you just taking those ambiguous things and creating all these judgments. That's what it is. Prejudges.
That was very unfair and very disrespectful, because you were pretty much soliciting me to start going at Mr. Skinny, you know, to potentially be disrespected and get called bitches, which was the very thing you were against when he was doing it to Regina. So why would you, you know, put me under that? Why would you even bring my name up to ask, why am I not going to? And this is last year. So this is old shit. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am. I remember exactly what you.
I listened to, I laughing at how he said that seat, looking up, looking up at her like
saying, but I just asked.
No, why I gotta be a butt?
No, okay. I'm going to answer the question. What I'm saying is, I asked it as just a question. If you can make a video about me and saying I'm this and I'm that, but then there's a man on there that's
at that point of time, she wasn't even making positive videos about him. So I don't know what he been thinking. I always say all that prejudging, all that trying to assume things that he don't got actually no evidence of, just by believing in it. That should only get you fucked up when you have a conversation in the future with people. You can't do business with people. That's why business be bad with a bus life. Because you can't ain't nobody getting rich without knowing people. They say it ain't about what you know, is who you know. That's a real thing. You gotta connect with people. You gotta network, all that shit. But that's a business life talk right there. But that's part of conversation. Like respect is always a conversation rule the nation. That's true. Words, the word of God. So you better learn how to use that motherfucker right.
Attacking everything that is you. You are a black woman. You say you black excellence. You life talk with Ray
Brown. Okay.
Queen Regina say that. That's Queen Regina line. Even got something like black excellence. These words, again, with these words, you taking these shit to, these things gotta be love. You can't just say you black excellence. That shit means nothing. You gotta be that. That's something that you gotta be. Go look it up. It's something that you is. And that based off stuff you're doing.
Kwame Brown. At that time, I was a member of yours. I was a supporter of yours. And I had plenty of videos where I was speaking very favorable of you. So please don't make it seem like I was coming at you and you were asking me why wasn't
okay. Trying to make it seem like nothing. I'm just trying to answer your question.
Because that's where it sounded like you were going.
No, I don't want it to be I don't want it to be about a sound. I just want it to be about, let's get the information out and let people do what they want with it.
And one thing I see about him, he like to antagonize you with these questions that can't be answered. When you got questions that you try to force somebody to answer something, but it's damn near impossible to answer because you ain't formulated it properly or some shit. And then he'll get mad, try to make him look like that the person who about to snap on his ass, that they wrong for snapping on a nigga. I can't have a conversation with a person like that.
So my rebuttal to what you just said was, I thought that if you can make a video about me, then
I wasn't making any videos about you other than positive videos.
You were making positive
exactly.
Videos. You were making positive videos about me, but I'm speaking specifically towards the time where it turned negative after the disagreement and the way you responded to it. So
your timeline is off.
No, my timeline is not off. It's just not letting me get it out. Like I'm not speaking towards a timeline. At some point, you made a negative video. So wherever that timeline starts, that's where I want to start speaking.
After you tell her to make videos about Skinny.
From.
So well, let's talk about where it starts, because if we can't specify where it starts, let's not talk about it.
So
I can speak to that. Sacred Grove can speak to that because Sacred Grove is the witness.
I see now that you have developed the tactic of just make me be quiet
No,
so
I don't have
can't
a
get a full
tactic,
thought.
but
So
we
let me
can go back
rebuttal.
and forth
Hold on.
with the
So
he say, she
I
say.
don't want to go back and forth. I just want to rebuttal. Like I listen to you.
Right, Kobe knows, because that's the shit that frustrates you when motherfucker try to help you, guide you to the conversation so we get to the point, and you still being around the bush. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get louder and louder and more forceful.
Let me respond to what you said so I can give context.
That's anybody, man or woman. People like to make them look like women shouldn't be convicted in their speech, loud in their speech. But if a motherfucker, you gotta get a point across to adults, and a motherfucker beating around the bush, yeah, right, you're gonna yell at him.
On why I said what I said. I just simply asked a question. If you at Life Talk with Rainey can make a video based on my character and how I came at you, then how can you, with the morals and characters that you displayed and you talked about with me, then how can you set up under another man that?
See, that's why a motherfucker gonna yell at you, because he still ain't get to the point of the matter that she ain't never make a negative video about him until after he said a thing about skinny, and then she started talking shit about it. Ain't even really talking shit, like he trying to make it that she got some damn hatred for him, want to see him dead. That's hatred. But ain't even like that. He wasting his time really on that point with her. If he just observed, all he had to do was observe videos, and he could have saved himself a lot of time. He could have gone back and observe and see, especially at least the ones with his name in it, and listen carefully.
Shows way worse abilities to go at women, way more disrespectful things, and you sit up in a chat and you cheer it on. And that's why you want to cut me off, because you know that.
And when he said these people go at women, he always said that, but he should have material. If that's the case, he should have content for days showing the people on his channel. Look, hear what he said. React to them shit, nigga, and show that shit. Because ain't nobody gonna just come around and not like a person just because you got a personal problem with a content creator. Because we dealing with content creation and YouTubers, so people connecting on business. You know, we got time to be damn just because in your fantasy world, your YouTube world, you got beef with somebody in the YouTube fantasy world. You want motherfuckers to take that shit real life. Stay over there with that shit. All right. You know, we got time to be always fussing and arguing. Anyway, get to some abundance. Have some fun. Shit. He about what, 40 something, 41, I think. Oh, that's crazy. And now the thing, I've been thinking that if he had come over there, he should have been trying to show everybody that he ain't the Mr. Skinnies or the devil or whoever he be trying to always try to equate niggas to. He need to show that to them. He could have showed that right now. He had a chance. This person's supposed to be my enemy, the number two of my enemy, or whatever he was saying earlier. I'ma do the opposite of what they think gonna happen, because everybody know you would have fucked it up. And you would have been like, you know what? I'm gonna help her out, and I'm gonna show her how I do black women. I ain't gonna talk about, because I say I don't call her a bitch, or I say bitch less than another man. I ain't talking about that shit. I'm gonna show that shit. I'm an ex-NBA player. Me giving one of my sisters or the black woman that you protecting on the internet, while I got the chance, I can benefit her. You know, as a benefactor. You ever heard of that? You can help, right? So assist. You could do a lot of things that you would have had content out of the content that you want. Ex NBA basketball player help YouTuber. You know, it would have been a story that I probably would have been making, but no. You got too much shit in your head.
Behavior is not, that's not the behavior that's indicative of a person that's about what you're talking about. If you went from supporting Kwame to supporting the lean attorney, that makes sense. You can't go from supporting Kwame to a.
So he again equating himself with other men, covered in other men's lives, and just putting himself in boxes and shit, and expect everybody in the world to go with that shit with him. Everybody, he need to just forget everything that he think he know about all these other fucking groups and ask himself, you know what I mean? Go back and ask himself what he want and desire and goals and all that good shit. And that probably help because this shit's sad.
State drunk that's just talking up under women's clothes, calling everybody a B word, talking about lupus, and now people are afraid to say his behavior is wrong because now
you can't save the world from the internet. You gotta just not subscribe to it. You will never save the world from the internet. You got much more worse shit going on the internet. We ain't even talking about the dark web. We talk about the light web, nigga. Than who the people who you talking about in this little small confines of the internet. And you try to make it look like that's a fucking world problem. Everybody in the world that you meet gotta goddamn deal with that. You're supposed to be knowledgeable of the content creator that you have in an interview with. You it basically is an interview. You got two content creators on the panel. So basically, you supposed to did your homework and know what you're dealing with, and come trying to find a way to do business for the most part. But right, because the content creation, they both gonna be going back to doing content, and the first thing he did was going back and making a reaction video to the shit, continuing the fuck shit.
they're the next woman on the Southern Jam stream. Like that's disrespectful. He got my kids up on the second page.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't get like you ain't gonna get people to stop fucking with nobody. A person gonna always make those decisions for themselves, especially when it comes between two people. The only person you can keep away from other people is your churn. You can tell your churn, you don't want them with those bad little motherfuckers. That's the only people you're gonna do that to. But not when you grown like this, paying your own fucking bows and shit. Stop it.
Like all of these games that's being played, and then if it spill out in the real life, then it's let's all play victim. We got to start being real. The behavior that you guys are displaying.
You can't stop trying to be like Malcolm X and just be the shit, nigga. You gotta do that shit. You can't be speech. You gotta live that shit. Let me go back a little bit.
His behavior is wrong because now they're the next woman on the Southern Jam stream. Like that's disrespectful. He got my kids up on the second page. Mm-hmm. Like all of these games that's being played, and then if it spill out in the real life, then it's let's all play victim.
Walk on YouTube, and at the same time, it ain't matter what he do when it come to content, because if you involve, then you already know what's gonna happen. Once you see it happen one time to somebody else, and you laughing and you and the motherfucker, you agree with it then. So you know, at the end of the day, she can't damn cry. That's, again, he's saying victim too. Let me see what he gonna say about it, because that's what he doing. He being a victim. He done talk plenty shit. He was talking shit since he come on there about Matt Barnes and them. He been talking big shit. I talking about when I had to go back like at least 12 years in my mind before I remember myself talking big shit like that. You know, after you get older, you get, you know, calmer, you understand peace, you know, especially if you read and you stuff and meditate and all that. But that been some straight hatred, like venom, eyes. You're gonna tell in their eyes, like fuck these niggas, bitch ass nigga, using, you know, racial shit and all that shit with Matt Barnes. Now, you see, I'm gonna tell you the truth because I ain't got time to play with you. That shit been hate. It hate and it's love. And nigga, that's hate, nigga. By definition, that shit was from the heart hate. And a lot of the shit he see on YouTube don't even be that type of hate. And they would be roasting you and having a laugh and that shit. You can tell they fucking log off and then they talk about something the next day. That show you that that shit ain't really even real. But that shit with that Matt Bond shit, nigga, that shit for real. Coming that shit every day with more jokes. And not only jokes, trying to hurt your brother's feelings. So don't come with this Malcolm X shit now. Try to hurt your brother's feeling, a man, like you like to say, another man, because you worrying about really disrespecting a man. You disrespect men all the time. Your own brothers. That's what we talking about here. So all that what you saying don't make no sense to me because you can finish how you start. Right, every man can change. Like I say, I had to go back 12 years ago. I've been hell when it comes to words, deeds, thoughts, all three.
So
I talking about shit that I know been wrong. When you do shit that you know wrong, that's that conscious. That's God, nigga. That's telling you. That's the judge. You know it wrong, and that's all that matter at the end of the day. When you doing shit that you know it wrong, nigga. And that's what it sound like you doing out your stove.
Start being real. The behavior that you guys are displaying is despicable behavior. At the end of the day, none of y'all on that side on YouTube do
sides, those type of thinking, and those sides. Talk to her as her, so you can get to the point. If you talking to her as a side, you already clouding plenty judgments.
You should never feel that I'm a threat to you guys. I'm not trying to pull up on you in real life. None of that. Just let's stop the games about coming by people's houses and all that other monkey shit.
I could have sent her an email and about 5 sentences and be like, you know, I quit. I want to do YouTube. Definitely, I don't want to go back and forth. I want to have the content walls or whatever. Can you please stop thing? I guarantee you, if he just saying that to all these people he think on that side, on that certain side, quote unquote, he get 2 or 3 of them people to stop because they don't really care. It's just content they doing. He think the war real, nigga.
So yeah, you just said a mouthful, and what you also just did was you just moved the goalpost. This don't have nothing. This don't have that. We wasn't talking about that. Remember, we talking about me and you. So you talk. So let's go back because I see you like to keep moving the goalpost.
Through the whole time, he never really get back to the situation that happened between them two. Well, he did because Skinny been a part of that too because he tried to get her to go at Skinny. That's the only reason he got brought up. But he ain't really the vocal point of the conversation. He turned the conversation to him because he want her to look at him as a better person as Skinny. In a sense, that's the gist of what the fuck he doing. He just saying 1,000 words to get that out, but that's what this nigga come up there to do. He want the validation, but you ain't gonna get validation out people like that. You don't get that type of validation. You get validation when you see things happen in certain ways. You don't get validation when people say it too often, especially in a manipulative way. And he accept the manipulative way. If you manipulate a person to say something in a certain way, you gonna set that as that's good. Like nigga, that person ain't even meant that. You tricked them. Oh, I try to trick them to say something. Why would you even trick somebody to say something if that ain't gonna be the honest thing anyway? Sometimes motherfuckers say, yeah, all right, man, fuck him. That's what it is. And then you still accept that answer. Clown.
I got to move it back. So let's go back to when you called me out.
You asked me why would I answer that question about that specific person. So I just specifically went to that person and I displayed his character because you spoke about my character in that video. Your response
Exactly. That's what you do. You don't go to other people with this. You go on your channel and you display his character your damn self. You don't try to get other people to believe. That's like a religion. You don't. Who give a fuck what you believe? The problem is when they try to get other people to believe what they believe. That's when the fight comes.
Video.
What
The religion. That's the reason why holy wars happen, because people try to get other people to believe what they believe. That's a golden rule in debates or conversation with people. Never try to get people to believe what you believe. Try to force them. Never do that. Nigga will beat your ass. That's the the gist of most conflicts. Another gist of conflicts is, basically that is the gist. When you try to get people to um let's say you make a claim which is saying something is this, like this screen is black, and the person say no, the screen is white. Okay, now it's a conflict, so we got to go with the evidence and see, right? That's how most conversations go. But when there ain't no evidence and he ain't trying to even show nothing, he just try to just speak that shit and have her believe all what the fuck he's saying out his mouth. When they ain't bought no trust in real life, you gotta build trust with people at that point where you, if you think you speaking for them and thinking for them.
video?
About me as a man, that your
What
response,
video? What's the title of the video?
I don't remember the exact title.
Well, we can't talk about videos if you can't tell me the video.
Nah, that's crazy. You going all up and down about that damn negative videos about him. You say that shit 1,000 times. You might as well make a t-shirt, negative videos about me. And you ain't even got the video. You ain't got the name of the fucking video. So you don't even really give a fuck. What the fuck are you on? What are you doing?
Video, Kwame.
Well, that's your specific rule. But if I can get the content out for people to see, they know the timeline.
Well, the people want.
He said if he could get it out for the people to see, you would have been that did that long time ago.
To see the video. What video are we talking about?
Okay, so let me explain it for other people that get it in this way. When you came up on my panel, you had one conversation with me that we had a disagreement, a respectful disagreement. I didn't call you out your name. I didn't disrespect you. Right after that, you went on to your channel and got very disrespectful. So it's people with YouTube skills that are very
See, again, that's the shit that he tried to make him look like disrespectful in a way that he can't really explain how. He ain't gonna be able to tell her how disrespectful she is because he don't even got the video, remember? He ain't got the name of the video in my fucking. He didn't even know the fuck he talking about.
resourceful that are better than mine that you're trying to exploit, that they'll be able to catch the timeline.
This nigga's talking about the video without seeing the video. Without talking, he claimed he didn't know the video or what the name of the video is and none of that. But he proceeded to keep talking about that shit.
Based on what I just said.
Okay, so let's go back to what I was talking about because I see that this conversation is moving about, and
I know one thing. You're getting a lot of content, but you still will never in this conversation. I want people to note this. She'll never be able to say what I did to her. You came on my.
I think I remember now. Resolution or some shit like that. I think that's the one thing that I get out of why the fuck he even set up this thing. I think the word was resolution. So if that's the case, then they only supposed to be talking about what happened on the stage, the YouTube channel, her channel that day, when they go on the stage so they get the resolution. That's the only subject matter. It ain't about this skinny behavior. And her, I don't even understand how he can even think that she got any say so about what the fuck he doing. Like, nigga, we on YouTube, we content creators, we do business together, but he got a family who can do that what he want her to do. Are we willing to stop him or some shit? I don't know what he want. Let me go back because he about to lose his talk right now. and basically try to say the gist of what he trying to make her admit to or some shit. Like he want to chastise her.
On what I just said.
Okay, so let's go back to what I was talking.
Oh yeah, for the people who are watching, because I did put some AC on this video later. You find this video in the algorithm. This is X #1 draft pick of the National Basketball Association, the NBA. Kwame Brown, YouTube channel Kwame Brown Bust Life. It's a long story to this point where we at right now, but he's on YouTube now, and he have relationships, so we want to call it, with a lot of other content creators on YouTube, and that's one of them. And as you can see, the relationship being well with this one, but he taking it as real life, like shit. He just seeing his sister right now, just seeing a black woman that he claimed to be good to are better than these two other content creators that he talking about. He saying that he better than them towards black women. That's his um, mission, I guess. That's a mission.
Talking about, because I see that this conversation is moving about, and
I know one thing. You're getting a lot of content, but you still.
And he cut her off disrespectful. You don't have to call her a bitch right there, but I mean, if, depending on how the person call her a bitch or whatever, if they ever do, they might don't be as even bad as what you did us now. Tell you the truth.
Will never, in this conversation, I want people to note this. She'll never be able to say what I did to her.
And that's something you shouldn't do, neither the people, especially in front of them. That's disrespectful. Think about that. Somebody about to tell the world, like, listen, people note this, and then talk about you, read you like a book, as if they know you like that. That's the type of shit get you slapped in front of in the real world, right? When you try, listen, this motherfucker is this and that and that and that. Now is that, and they ain't got nothing to say about that. Fuck them. Basically, you might as well say all that, and you might as well say, bitch, that just would have been wasting all your words saying all that shit. That's disrespectful, and it's content. You gotta realize what you say will be used against you on YouTube, nigga.
You came on my panel. You came on my panel.
Get your ass off my panel. Fuck you, dog. You being fake. Get your ass off.
Skills that are very resourceful, that are better than mine, that you're trying to exploit, that they'll be able to catch the timeline based on what I just said.
Okay, so let's go back to what I was talking about, because I see that this conversation is moving about, and
I know one thing. You're getting a lot of content, but you still will never in this conversation.
Okay, so he understands the concept of content. He's so much better than these other guys who ain't call her a bitch, but he feel that if they call women bitches, that's what he put it as. Even though, again, it's two sides to every story. When motherfuckers spit on me and some do some shit to me, damn right, I call it whatever I want to. That don't make my full body of work as a person. It's a person who get to know me, even if they hear that I call somebody a bitch, that person who know me probably won't know what that person did, the other person, right? So this man, let me go back. It's crazy.
See that this
right. He know the concept of content. So if he want to be the savior, right? The now one thing he could have did been, let's set up an interview. Let's talk about it. I'll let you ask some questions about my life or whatever. Let's do a part of the video. Let's have a resolution, and I'll do this right here for you. We'll come on, set it up, and ask away. Let's go back to that. Before that day, you were making the positive videos. Let's go back to that day. I want to hear, she probably would oblige him, and that'll make him look better, and her. So, because anyone care about other niggas calling niggas bitches. When you say it, that means I gonna see that person and Say, oh yeah, I forget. You the nigga who Kwame Brown say call woman bitches. You think I'm gonna say that? You think I'm gonna care? I'm gonna go see about that person myself.
This conversation is moving about, and
I know one
so
thing. You're getting a lot of content, but you still will never in this conversation. I want people to note this. She'll never be able to say what I did to her. You
Yeah, I had a feeling. I think I said at the beginning. I, he he want to look right. He want to be right in every situation. You know, humans got that propensity to be right in the situation. So he want to go. He want to be right so something happened all the way back in September, my nigga. Like that nigga, like I. He still got that on his mind. I know I did nothing wrong, right? He asking God. You know, you ask yourself that, like, damn, did I do something wrong? You asking God, my nigga, that conscious. I telling y'all, that's what God is. He had to ask God, and that shit. And God said, nah, you ain't been right, my nigga. So that's why he had to come back even till now. But he need her goddess, which is her consciousness, to validate that for his God. But that ain't gonna work because God gonna always tell him, nigga, you ain't been right. You ain't been right.
came on my panel.
look,
You came
bitch
on
ass
my
nigga, get
panel.
your ass off my panel. Fuck you, dog. You being fake. Get
And
your
that's
ass on,
it.
Kwame. You don't want to have no motherfucking conversation.
It would
So
have
on
been
that note,
another
y'all, as we
45
can see,
minutes
I'm
of more.
not about to argue with this shit.
Anyway,
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around,
the more you
the more
find,
you're going to find out.
stop fucking
Thanks
around.
for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Love y'all. Bye, y'all.
So go subscribe. Subscribe to everybody in this chat. Subscribe to everybody who been on the video. Subscribe to Bust Life Kwame Brown too. Shit. But again, reacting to that just now, all I could do was really shake my head because after that long, at that long time, you shouldn't still hold a grudge, especially on a black woman, like you always say, the most protected, the protected class. Why we don't hear people saying that? Why Kwame Brown don't say that? I hear people call everybody else protected class. Say they on damn mama and wives, sister, aunt. Yeah, she gave him something he could have feel. Because his ass run back to that channel and go and cry. I want to say, I want to play one more outro. I want y'all to go solve to Queen of Teeth. And we out. We're going on the road to 2K. We're on the road to 2K subs on Live Talk with Rainy and Queen of Teeth. We're on the road to 1K subs. Go subscribe. Next time I'm gonna have commercials and all this later. I'm saying it now for the record on the video for YouTube. Go subscribe to Shakira's History channel on the road to 1K. Subscribe to Really Time TV, road to 1K. Pro 901, road to 1K. Subscribe to Sis Rabbit with a Wrench 2.0, road to 1K. Sis Got a Wrench. Subscribe to Sis Got a Wrench, road to 2K. And a lot. I gotta go back and check my notes. But subscribe to everybody in this chat, and we out and play this outro.
Potion for love, telling him I'm sincere, and that there's nothing too good for us.
Respectors, yeah, I ain't forget about the video. I just forget the song. You want to tell me one more time, or just you can help me in the back chat. Let me go. Anyway, about to go over to this chat. I know you over there about to make me die laughing for the rest of this night. So peace out, everybody. We out.